A new year begins, and it comes with a spruced up channel. There are a lot of records to be broken by me mostly, but some others did well too this first month. I'm Flo203, and this is your Harry Potter speedrunning community recap for January 2024. So before we get started with the speedrunning stuff, we have to mention the prefect elections that happened. Everyone who applied for the role in our Discord server ended up getting elected with 60% of the vote going in their favor. Everyone welcome our newly elected prefects, the recap team's very own Blaze Knight, German pillar of the community Nixo, and my German girlfriend Ehrlich. We trust that they will take their role as guiding members of the community seriously and conduct themselves gracefully. Now, I reluctantly get to toot my own. Oh my god. Okay. For the next 2 minutes. Flo203, that's me. Stop making me talk in third person, Nikki.
Sorry.
So anyways, I've improved both the any percent and a 100% record for the full series category. In a full series run, you complete all 23 Harry Potter games that share a title with a movie. Sorry, Hogwarts Legacy and Quidditch World Cup. For 80%, the old record stood at 32 hours, 44 minutes, and 58 seconds. And the final time on my latest run was 30 hours, 40 minutes, and 50 seconds. An improvement of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 8 seconds. This was mainly achieved by implementing ACE into the first GBC installment. As for the Hondo time, the person after me will have to come back to that as the run has to be retimed. This is due to my computer crashing during Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 for PC, which is ironic because you want to crash the game at almost every cutscene during that run. Now, I'm very happy to announce...
Nah. We're not gonna be humble around here, Flo. We're not gonna be humble around here, dude. You're the second HP streamer to get partner. Being humble. These Amazon workers are just mad they had to watch you the entire time having full bladders sitting around like 10 bottles while you're having fun playing Harry Potter games. You should have gotten partner 2 years ago. Bezos is too busy putting in space when he should have put a check next to your name. You got partner. My boy got partner.
Okay, now that the head writer is restrained, we can move on to quickly talk about Henriksen's very exciting project, one I personally helped work on, the HP2 PC community redub mod. Members of the speedrunning community have all lent their voices to the iconic characters we know and love. Some of these people include Jemmy20745 in the role of Draco Malfoy, Semi Speedruns in the role of Peeves the Poltergeist, and myself in the role of Tom Riddle, and the reverb on my voice is just magnificent. There's a whole bunch of other stuff to be said about this project, but I'll leave that to Miney and Henrik themselves as they sat down for a lengthy interview which you can check out in the description below. Now, let's finally start talking about some speedrunning, shall we? We spearhead this small section with a category I'm not mad enough to play. HP1 PC high jumps. Finnish low-cast enjoyer Akon Tianen and Bulgarian HP1 enjoyer It's Just _Vlad have both had the world record since the last recap. Akon set the bar at 108.51 and then Vlad high jumped over that bar, beating him by almost 3 whole minutes, setting the world record at 105.55 at the time of writing. The recap team expects more competition to brew between these two runners, but not too hot. A hole in your cauldron can be dangerous and expensive. That was HP6, did you realize? HP6 PogChamp, everyone should play HP6. Moving on now to Lowcast, where US runner
Ratburn
has achieved the incredible by completing HP2 PC in just 60 casts. This was done using a newly found trick that's very mind-blowing, so here's him to explain exactly how it works.
Because what I had originally been looking for was a way to skip the cast on the block at the beginning of the level to do the block boost. And the idea I had there was basically set up a bunch of mushrooms to try to block Harry from gaining height so he can get underneath the arch that normally you wouldn't be able to get under. It seemed like it was pretty impossible to do the one at the beginning of the level, so I'd pretty much given up on that for like a few months. Eventually figuring out the very precise and extremely luck-based configuration of mushrooms that lets you manage to do the boost out of there without a cast. And that doesn't even save a cast at the point where you're actually doing the trick, because you have to do a cast on the mushroom, but there's just enough mushrooms there that you can bring one mushroom later to the level, and then go back and do the strat that we had back in like 2022, where you use a bunch of mushrooms to skip over, well, the other casts that we were skipping with the awful strat before. So it sort of reverted the entire level, except the beginning, back to what it had been like a year ago.
This is a huge leap for Lowcast, but the improvements keep on coming, as there has now been a way found to skip an additional 7 casts in the Argok fight.
You skip all 8 of the casts on the webs, but then you have to cast at like this weird defendo. It's kind of really weird because there's like up above where Aragog is sitting, there's like a defendo spell target, and you can cast, and then that can like activate the fight. But you don't actually need to hit the thing, you just need to have like the spell go through it. So far, at least, there's a much better theory than when we first saw, just sort of randomly flying into the air, which I was extremely terrified of that at first, but then I eventually managed to get it to a point where it seems like something I can maybe do.
So while Lowcast for HP2 may currently be at 60 casts in the very impressive time of 4 hours, 20 minutes and 7 seconds, it has now been proven that a 53 cast is possible thanks to these new strats. Speaking of Lowcast though, HP1's Lowcast has also seen a huge breakthrough this month, with Finnish runner Akon Tianen managing to get the cast count for the game down to 80 cast by doing an insane boost in the Dungeons A level of the game to skip casting to unlock a gate. This trick is insanely difficult, and huge respect goes to Akon for finding it, as well as implementing it in a run. Both of these titans of Lowcast are doing incredible things at the moment, and we can't wait to see what they do next. And if you want to listen to us talk more about the insane breakthroughs in HP2 PC Lowcast, then join us for the first episode of Recap Rewind, our post-monthly recap after show where we talk about all the details about the events of the month. The first episode will be streamed live on our new HBSR Updates Twitch channel, which you can find linked in the description. Be sure to follow to make sure you don't miss when we launch this new series. Our next talking point is yet again HP2 PC. This time, we get to talk some more about jumpless. This time, the less in the name is actually more applicable than it is in glitchless, because you actually do not jump in jumpless. In glitchless, it's more about glitching less. Another thing you do less of in jumpless is Quidditch warping. A Quidditch warp is a trick performed in this game by going into the pause menu, clicking on the snitch icon to see your available matches, pressing F4, tab to open the map, and then escape. If you've done all of that, you can click on unlocked match and get taken straight to it. After finishing the game of Quidditch, you can go back to the castle to skip the level you initiated the Quidditch warp in. This does have a few exceptions, such as Bikehorn and Forest. It's been recently found you can finish the game without jumping while also not warping, causing the leaderboards to blow up, and the runs with warping being wiped and archived. The current world record stands at 45:15, held by Bulgarian runner Portal Guy 10,000. But at the time of writing, a new record has already been submitted. I wonder by whom? Time to talk about a game we rarely get to speak of in these recaps, and some people might find that a good thing? Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup is a charming little game? And I'm pretty sure this might be the first major discovery for it, which is exciting to say the least. Nikki could go through the effort of understanding all this stuff himself first, but instead he's just going to make me quote Swiss runner Poitsu. Nikki, you lazy b****. So Poitsu told the recap team that. So basically what happens is if you enter passing, combo, or beater tutorials, there is a value that gets set to 0. If you then quit out of the tutorial and play any other match, that value remains unchanged and it allows for faster and easier passing. So it's not really a skip, it's more of a completely different way of playing the game. We named the bug Tutorial Transfer Bug, TTB for short. And it affects all categories except tutorial percent. Poitsu is currently second in all the PC categories. The question is, will he be able to apply this knowledge and claim the Quidditch throne from Argentinian runner Rusovetic? Only time will tell. Moving on from the PC games, we got a new discovery to talk about in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the original Xbox, or as we lovingly refer to, the Kekbox. Apparently, you can now talk to different NPCs while in cutscenes. This is useful because during the house point ceremony, you can now trade wizard cards, making this a huge discovery for the 100% category of the game. How this exactly is achieved we'll discuss further in a later recap, as runs with this new tech have yet to be performed. Finishing up the console section of this month's recap, I get to talk about German runner Tego Samigo 2020. We got a sub 134 in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PlayStation 1. It was mentioned before that we expected great things from Tego as a community, but what we didn't expect is for him to prove it to us so soon. The world record now stands at 1 hour, 33 minutes and 54 seconds, a whole 7 seconds faster than the person in second place, which is this weird French guy named Flo303. Never really heard of him anyways. The only thing I can add to this impressive display of skill is, keep going, Tego! So we've sadly come to the final piece of magical speedrunning news I have to offer you. A couple of months ago, Nikki sat down with War Drums to talk about all the interesting new developments coming in around the 1-year anniversary of Hogwarts Legacy. It looks like War Drums has now used all of this knowledge to finish the first ever any-person run on hard difficulty. For the uninformed, an any-person run of Hogwarts Legacy ends when the credits are seen on screen, making it quite a bit longer than the already lengthy Kill Run Rock category, which aligns more with what a quote-unquote normal any-person run looks like. War Drums run clocked in at 7 hours, 22 minutes and 51 seconds RTA, with a loadless time of 6 hours, 57 minutes and 54 seconds. This is a very impressive feat, and all of us will look on with excitement about what the future holds for this game. And that was it, the first recap of the year. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it. I've been Flo203, and this was your Harry Potter speedrunning community recap for January 2024.
So, a tournament is happening. HV2 Glitchless, of course. Nixo's hosting it. Please go to the description down below to sign up for it. I don't know why you would. My niece tied me to a chair and making me do this announcement. Also, click on the little video that you see. It'll take you to another one of our interesting shows. And like and subscribe. Yeah.